Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome. Namaste. I've got a new stand for my camera, so I'm going to try it out today. Hopefully, I don't look like I'm way, way far away, which is what it's kind of looking like to me right now. But we're just going to roll with this. Let's go ahead and begin taking a nice deep breath. As you inhale, extend the arms up and over the head. As you release that breath, I want you to tilt over to your right side and just hold it. Take a breath in and release it. Think about pulling this upper hand over the head. And now breathe in and bring the body to center. Breathe out. We're going to tilt over to our left side. And again, think about pulling this arm over. I don't know if you notice that movement there. Take a breath and release it. Breathe in, bring your body to center. Breathe out. Release the hands to Namaste. Inhale, extend those hands forward. We're going to just clasp those hands together. Flip the palms away from us. Let the head release down. And think about rounding those shoulders forward. Think about pressing the lower back toward the wall behind you and just letting that head relax. Let the shoulders be relaxed. And now inhale and bring those arms up and over your head. You can arc back here. I'm pushing the palms of my hands up. And now breathe in and bring those hands back behind your back. Breathe out and lower yourself forward and down. Just let the head release and relax down. Breathe and pull those arms up to the ceiling. Breathe out and bring those hands down. Take a breath. Pull your body up. We're going to just take our hands to the backs of our hips. I'm going to turn on my mat. If you haven't already done so, you can go ahead and turn. And we're just going to recline back. Think about kind of pushing your chest toward the ceiling. And now walk those hands down to the backs of your thighs. Breathe in and bring the arms up and over your head. Breathe out, take those hands to Namaste. Take a nice breath. I'm going to turn back to face you. You can stay facing the top of your mat, or if you need to turn to watch me, that's fine. We're going to inhale. We're going to just take this left hand down, pushing the flexed palm toward the ground. As we take a breath, release it. Let that head recline over to the left side. We're going to sweep that left arm up and over to that right ear. And we're just going to gently press that head down. And now breathe in and bring the head to center. We're going to flex the palm of that right hand, or that left hand now. And we're going to inhale and bring this right arm up and over the head as we tilt our head. That was a little awkward, sorry. Over to the right side. Breathe in and bring the head to center. Breathe out. Bring your hands to Namaste. We're going to inhale now. We're going to step to the top of our mat, going into our sun salutation. Take a breath. Extend those hands down, forward and up. One more time, stretching up or arcing back. Release the breath. Release to standing forward bend. Taking those hands to the floor by your feet. If they don't reach the floor, then maybe the tops of the feet. Maybe you've got to hold on to those ankles or shins. And if you're here at your shins, I want you to work on sliding those hands down toward your ankles. Just let that head be relaxed. Nice breath in as you release it. We're going to step our right leg back behind us. Release the knee and flatten the foot. You can kind of lunge forward into that left knee. Give yourself a nice stretch through the hip flexors on the right side, hamstrings on the left leg. Breath in, move into your crescent warrior. Breath out, release down. Breath in and lift that right knee, release your next breath as that left leg moves back into a plank. Nice straight body. Think of that body becoming a plank, a literal wood plank, if you will. Release your knees, release your chest and chin. Come forward and up into Cobra. And now release down. Inhale, turning the toes under, press to hands and knees, press back to downward dog. Pressing those heels to the floor, toward the floor. Don't worry if they don't make it. Remember, in yoga, it's about the journey, not necessarily the destination. Nice breath in, nice breath out. Next breath as you lift that right foot, release the breath. That right foot coming back to meet the right hand. Left knee and toes are releasing down. You can press forward into that right knee now. Breathe in, lift a crescent warrior. Breathing out, release down. Inhale and bring that left foot to meet the right. Release your breath and press the body in toward those legs. You can hold on to the legs if you'd like. Breathe in, bring the body forward and up. Reclining back. Release the breath, return those hands to Namaste. Inhale, extend the hands down, forward and up. Release the breath, release to standing forward bend. Take those hands to the floor if you're able, or maybe a little further down the legs this time. And now take those hands to the floor and extend that left leg back behind you, knee and toes release. Breath in, lift to crescent warrior. Breath out, release down. Inhale and pick up that left knee, exhale. Right leg moves back into that nice strong plank. Release the knees, release the chest and chin, come forward and up into Cobra. Release down. Inhale, pressing back to hands and knees. Now notice what I do here. When I come up, hold on, let me go back there. And I've showed this to you before. When I come up, notice my toes are turned under. All I'm doing here is I'm kind of pushing my knees forward. My feet go flat again. I turn them over once more. And then I press back into an almost ideally aligned downward dog. Nice breath in, nice breath out. Breath in as you lift up that left foot, release the breath. That foot comes back to the left hand, right knee and toes releasing down, pressing forward into that front knee. Inhale, lift a crescent warrior. Exhale, release down. Breathe in and bring that right foot back to meet the left. Release the breath, and this time I want you to think about pushing your head toward the feet. And now breath in, come forward and up. Breath out, release the hands to Namaste. So now I'm assuming everyone is standing at the the right end of their mat. And that's where I want you to stay, because we're going to begin the session from here, okay? So we're going to inhale, extend the hands down, out, up over the head this time. Release the breath and swan dive forward and down. Take your hands to the floor if you're able, or the tops of the feet or the shins or ankles. We're going to breathe in and curve our head and chest up. Breathe out, release the head and chest down. We're going to step or jump back into a plank from here. Now from here, I'm going to take you into an upward dog, okay? So you can either keep your toes turned under and then just simply drop the pelvis, the thighs, and the legs down. Or you can come to the tops of your feet and now drop the pelvis, the thighs, the legs down. We're going to turn those toes under and press back into a downward dog here. Step those feet up closer to the hands. If you feel like they're too far apart, remember we're going from a nice kind of open heel shape with more of the emphasis toward the back, toward our hips, than in our shoulders, because we're really wanting that stretch. We're going to breathe in, extend that right leg up. Breathe out and bend that leg and bring it over the back of your left leg. Look under your right arm. And now extend that leg straight up once again. Breathe in and think of that breath drawing that bent knee forward and up towards your chest. Breathe out and take that right foot to the right hand. We're just going to rotate that left heel inward and set it down. Breath in as the body lifts, arms moving into a warrior one briefly. We're going to swivel into center and open our arms to a T as we move into our warrior two. Looking out that right arm, right at the tip of that middle finger. And now breathe in and straighten out that knee. Breathe out and move into your triangle. Trying to keep this hip rotated up. Resist that desire to rotate down over that leg so you can even stop right here. Use that shin if you need to as a guide to take you a little lower. If you need that block, you can place that block underneath your hand. Breathe in, bring the body up. Breathe out and bend the knee, bend the elbow. We're going to move into Charlie horse. We're going to move into that side ankle pose now. Now I want you to notice my arm isn't resting on my head. It's not curved. It's straight up. I'm stretching from my hip, straight up to the side of my body, the shoulder, the upper arm, the forearm, the tips of the fingers. We're going to inhale and bring that arm up and back behind our back. I'm pressing into my right arm to keep my torso upright. I'm actually going to follow that left arm and shoulder back. We're going to release down and over our right leg here. We're going to take our hands to Namaste. Inhale and bring the torso upright. So your torso should be aligned right over that right leg now. And if you want to pick up the heel of your back foot here, you can. Breathe in and open those arms to warrior one. Palms facing palms for now. Breath in, draw those hands together now into Divine Mudra. Release those hands to Namaste. Release that back heel to the mat. Straighten out your front knee. Breathe in, extend the arms forward. Breathe out and bring those arms back behind the back. We're going to pull those shoulders back behind us. Just let the head recline back. Think of pushing the chest up toward the ceiling. Take a nice breath in and allow your body to come forward and down. Over that right leg, letting the head just relax. Take a breath and pull those arms to the ceiling. Let that breath out. Take the arms down. We're going to go into that reverse triangle. Rotating through our hips. To the right, extending that right arm overhead. And now release down. We're going to walk ourselves to center. We're going to bring that right foot with us. We're going to bring those feet a little closer together. Pick up those hands, let the head and chest just drop. Clasp those hands together. Breath in, bring your body up. Breath out, recline back. Breathe in, bring the body up. Bring the hands into Namaste. We're going to take a breath and we're going to begin to go into that squat, also known as Malasana. Now we're pressing the elbows into the insides of our knees. If you're feeling kind of weak today, you can take those hands to the floor just like this, or you can stay right here. Okay? Go ahead and take those hands to the floor now. Straighten up the knees. Walk those feet a little wider apart. We're going to rotate ourselves over to that left foot now. You're going to rotate that left foot so it's facing the left top of your mat now. And we're going to bring those hands behind the back. Breath in, pull the body up. Breath out, bring the hands to Namaste. We're going to just step that left foot, or right foot rather, up to meet our left. Probably the hardest thing I have to think about all day is my left and my right. So, I wish that were true, huh? That's all I pondered all day. Which is my left and which is my right? Anyway, momentary distraction. Hands together into Namaste. We're going to inhale and extend those hands down, out and up over the head. Into prayer. We're going to recline back. And now breath in. Swan dive forward and down as you release that breath, taking your hands to the floor or to the feet or the shins. We're going to breathe in and curve our head and chest up. Breathe out, release the head and chest down. Take those hands to the floor now and step or jump back into your plank. Now remember upward dog. This is option number 1 where I just keep my toes turned under. This is option 2, which is actual upward dog, where we come onto the tops of our feet, release that pelvis, the thighs and the legs. Think about creating an L shape that maybe is kind of fallen over on its back. And now turn those toes under and press back into your downward dog. Don't ever be afraid to adjust your hands or your feet as you need to, especially if you start feeling really super uncomfortable or crampy. We're going to breathe in and extend this left leg up and over our head. We're going to breathe out and just bend that knee and let that leg recline over the back of our right leg, looking under our left arm. And now breathe in and extend that leg up to the ceiling. I want you to take a breath and use that inhale to draw that bent knee forward and up towards your chest. Notice I'm not moving forward yet. I'm staying in this kind of half downward dog. It's going to make my core work more for me. And now we're going to take that left foot to meet the left hand. We're going to swivel this right heel down to the floor and breathe in. Bring your body up to warrior 1 briefly. Breathe out and rotate your body to center and open those arms to warrior 2. Looking out that left arm now. Make sure those shoulders are relaxed. I've been catching myself as I've been filming, I see my mistakes. And I realize if I keep my shoulders grounded, but the minute they start to rise, which is typically this back shoulder, then I start to get out of alignment. We're going to breathe in and just straighten out that left knee, release the breath, and start to move into your triangle. Remember, we want to focus on keeping this hip from rotating down. You can see the difference here. And if that means staying right where I am right now, with my hand at the top of my shin, then that's where you need to be. And then you can work with each breath release to lower yourself down a little further, okay? And now breathe in and bring the body up. Breathe out and bend into that knee, bend into that left elbow, right arm extending overhead into that side angle. Inhale and bring that arm up, release the breath, bringing that right arm back behind the back this time. And now go ahead and bring the body up. We're going to rotate our body over this left leg, hallelujah. And we're going to pick up the heel of our back foot, our right foot. And remember, of course, lifting that back heel is optional. We're going to extend these arms up and over our head into Warrior One with our palms right together into that Divine Mudra. Moving our hands into Kesapana Mudra now. And now release those hands to Namaste. Release the back heel to the mat as you straighten your front leg. Arms coming forward. Arms releasing back behind the back. We're going to pull those shoulders back. Really open up the chest. Let your head recline back. Think of pushing the chest up to the ceiling. And now release yourself forward and down and not a moment too soon. As I was about to lose it there, we're going to release the head down. Inhale, pull the arms up to the head. Exhale, release the arms down, all the way down. We're going to go into our reverse triangle here. Taking a nice breath as you begin to rotate through your hips to the left, extending that left arm overhead. And now release down. All the way down, we're going to walk ourselves back to center. This time, we're going to go ahead, and if you need that block, I did not grab a block today, but you can place your hands underneath the block. We're going to lower those forearms toward the floor. Let the head just release and relax. If you're able to, you can take that head to the floor. And you can do this probably just by moving those feet just a tiny bit further apart. And I want you to push yourself back up. We're going to bring those feet just a little closer together. We're going to bring those arms back up behind our back. Inhale, bring our body up. Rotate your feet back over to the right side. Hands together into Namaste. We're going to step this left foot back up to meet our right. And we're going to start introducing moon pose. And I've not done moon pose in a really long time, but Nicole had a really good idea about incorporating it in. But because I've never really taught it in this class, we're going to kind of take it step by step, and then we're going to work it into like a balancing pose like I did our warrior one rather. So all I want you to do is to go ahead, take your hands together into Namaste. You're going to inhale, extend the arms down, out, and up over your head. Release the breath, and you're going to swan dive forward and down. And instead of taking your hands to the sides of the feet, I want those hands in front of the feet. So I want you to think about creating a little tabletop out of your torso with the arms straight and the legs straight. Now this is where those blocks come in handy. And if you don't have a block, you can grab a bench or a chair to put your hands on. And I'm going to grab this chair really quick, and I'm going to show you in just a minute how you can use these different things as props. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I can't close the door all the way in case my baby needs to come in here, is I'm going to show you a full moon pose. Then I'm going to show you what we're going to do today, okay? So, full moon pose. And there's different ways for you to go into it, and I teach it a little differently than some teachers do. Essentially, these hands are going to stay shoulder width apart. Think of your feet staying kind of hip width apart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pick up my left leg, and I'm going to extend it back behind me, okay? And actually scratch that. Let's all just go ahead and get into this, okay? So we're going to go here. Now, if you're using a prop, you're going to take this block under that right hand, okay? Because we're going to pick up our left hand in just a minute, all right? So we're going to extend that left leg out behind us. Okay, now you can stay right here. Now, I'm going to show you how to incorporate a chair or a bench into this. So, instead of my hands going to the floor, I would just take my chair instead, and I'm still thinking about being a tabletop. My elbow is bent, notice that? So I have more of a straight body, so look where I am, okay? So, choosing where you're at, I'm going to move the chair out of the way. The next thing I want you to do, besides lifting up that left leg, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but yoga is a little crazy like a fox sometimes. We're going to bring this left arm up too. And we're just going to go this far today, okay? So that's all we're going to do today. Now, if you need to keep the both hands grounded, by all means do so. Otherwise, we're just going to bring up that one hand. Okay, now go ahead and take it to the floor. Take that foot to the floor. And I want you to do something. I want you to bend your knees, and I want you to come into a cat stretch just for a moment, okay? Before we do the other side. Okay, now go ahead and inhale. Bring yourself to hands and knees. And now what I want you to do is bring those feet forward. And I want you just to straighten out those knees, okay? So now you are either going to have, if you're using a prop, that prop's going to be under this left hand this time, right? Okay? And we're going to pick up our right leg and extend it out back behind us. Now, of course, if you're using that chair, the arm would be on the chair, the forearm would be bent, or the elbow would be bent with the forearm resting on it. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next step. Remember, all we're going to do today is pick up this right hand and run it along the side of our body. All right, nicely done. Go ahead and take that hand to the floor. Go ahead and take your foot to the floor. I want you to step your feet back into a downward dog, and I want you to really press back into those hips. Really press those heels down toward the floor. If you're kind of stiff, you can go ahead and bend those knees, which actually feels really good to me right now too. And then from here, I want you just to let those knees drop. I want you to walk your hands forward a bit. I'm going to move so I'm still in my frame. We're going to just walk our hands forward. We're going to come down, forward and up, into a cobra. If you prefer, you can move into a sphinx. Go ahead and release down. Cross those hands in front of your face. Resting one cheek or the other on the hands. Our legs are just relaxing away from each other. Take a nice breath in and just let it out in a heavy sigh. Go ahead and place your chin on the mat. Take your hands under your shoulders. Turn your toes under. I want you to push up to your hands and knees. And once again, I want you to press into a cat stretch. Nice full breath in. Nice breath release. We're going to inhale and bring the body up. You can keep the toes turned under, or you can flatten the feet. You can bring the legs closer together. If you need more stability, keep some space between the thighs, the knees. We're going to inhale and just extend these arms up and over our head. My head and back are arching back. My chest is pushing up to the ceiling. Take a nice breath. Release those arms down as you release that breath, and just take them to the backs of your thighs. Now really swivel those shoulders back behind you. This is going to open up the chest, and it's going to make it easier in the event that you should want to reach back for that left heel with the left hand, right heel with the right hand. And now breathe in, bring those arms out and up over your head. Release that breath, relax in a child pose. Bring those arms along the side of the body. Just let that head release on the ground. If the head doesn't reach the floor, get a little blanket and fold it up, or a towel, or if you've got a block, and you can just let that head rest on that block, which actually feels pretty darn good, actually. My feet are flat, but if you're having issues with the knees, by all means, turn those toes under. It will alleviate some stress from those knees. We're going to breathe in now and bring our body up. Breathe out, recline over.